Hey, what's up guys, I'm Victorian and welcome back to Victoria 3 as we are playing as Japan. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is getting our new colony over here connected with a port. Because as of right now they are an isolated state region and thus have 0% access to our market. We will not put that to the top, it's not a priority. There's only, not even 2,000 people living here. So yeah, it's not a problem. There's not really any resources here that we need to get either. So yeah, we'll get that done eventually. But yeah, in today's episode, we'll be continuing to build up our economy. And man, we already got those buildings constructed. So let me just take a look at how the economy is currently looking. So tools are what's expensive, and we have gotten the cost of iron down. So if you guys remember, we had the pig iron tools that we have not yet enacted. So let's go ahead and do that now. And so that'll make use of that iron to produce more tools for us. Remember, we also have the ability to get more lead and then get more glass, and then from there we can change the urban center to get more services. So those are all things that we might end up doing if we need to bring down the costs of certain things, like the services, for instance. We eventually want to bring that cost down, and we didn't build anything, so let's go ahead and get something started over here, which we should probably do more logging camps and get the cost of wood down by a bit. Though I don't think we have any problems with the hardwood. Yeah, hardwood's pretty cheap here. So this is what we're going to do. We're not going to build in this location. Instead, we'll build over here. That's where we're currently building as well. And let's just get, I don't know, maybe one more. Just really get the logging camps done. Get the cost of wood nice and cheap. That is, helpful for our cost as well, since that's generally a government good. And our people are using quite a bit of wood as well for like heating and household goods and stuff. So yeah, I think getting the cost of wood down would be helpful. So I'll work on that for a little while here. And iron is back to being expensive, so let's go ahead and get some more iron mines done. But yeah, we're just going to need to spend some time here getting these basic resources brought down. And we had another event here in regards to the dedicated police force, which is overall another negative one, guys. We just cannot get this one passed. So that's going to reduce it by 15%. We're at 10% right now. Now, of course, you could do this one instead, but we don't want to pay for the bureaucracy. So we're back down to 0%. So that's a shame. So yeah, we have a lot of things that once we get these costs down, we'll be able to start doing. I would like to bring the cost of meat down as well, so we'll work on that. And I suppose we need to get the lead. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that after these iron mines. We'll get maybe 2 lead mines. Yeah, probably 2 lead mines. As far as which location we want to build in, let's go up here in the north. I think this is the best place. And then what we'll want to do once we're done with laws is we'll enact a decree that will actually help with the resources, all the resource buildings, the throughput for them. So once we get those lead mines done, then we'll change up that production method for the glass. So dissenters break ranks. So basically another penalty here, guys. And we just cannot get this done. Yeah, just having so much difficulty with it. Real shame. So, I mean, we can keep letting it go, but it's a 52% chance of stalling here. I think we should just cancel again and redo it. Just kind of restart this process. As far as other laws we could work on while we wait, I don't think there is anything, guys. Just that National Guard. Yeah. All right, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine because we'd like to get it done. But yeah, sometimes it's difficult, particularly when you're trying to go against the most powerful interest group in your country. So we got an event about arming the natives. So we have discovered that our rivals in the Great Qing have been arming the Sahalinian natives, probably mispronouncing that, in Japanese Sahalin. This is likely to impede our efforts to conquer the region. So we can de-escalate the situation. That will reduce our colonial growth. And that will unfortunately, of course, give them some bonuses since they've been armed. So if we have to fight them, or we can say if they want to fight, they'll get one. And that's probably what we're going to do. It's going to increase tension, so we might have to fight them. And it's also going to decrease relations with China. So that's what we're going to do. I think that's the one that makes the most sense for us. So you can see that the peasants want us to get rid of colonial affairs, which I'm actually willing to do once we finish up this colonization here, because there's not really anywhere else that we want to conquer right now. You know, if we go into Indonesia, then, I mean, we could do that, I suppose. But if we go into Indonesia, that does open up the possibility that we might end up having some issues with the Europeans a little earlier than we're wanting. But yeah, I could see doing that, I suppose, especially if we can get some resources, some like rubber later on in the game. That could be really helpful. So we got this tech knocked out from the tech spread. And we're working on the iron now, so we're about to go after those 2 lead mines. See if there's anything here we need to be aware of. Just the high tensions there. We will likely have to fight them. I mean, maybe not, because this one's not that far from being done. So maybe we'll get it finished before they rebel against us. Over here, though, I do expect maybe 1 rebellion that we'll have to fight. So it'll give us a little bit of early game war here. All right, so the lead mines will be done here in 3 weeks. Basically, as soon as we get them done, we want to go ahead and change over that production method. There we go. So we'll be changing up the forest glass to the leaded glass. And with the extra glass, we can go ahead and change over to the market squares. Now, of course, the other option, as I pointed out last episode, would be to instead use coal. That would result in a lot more services, probably be too cheap, actually. So yeah, this is, according to the prediction, already going to make it pretty cheap, though that is often very inaccurate. You simply can't trust the little prediction tooltips. So lead is still quite expensive, and there is a good shortage as well. That might be enough to solve it. We'll have to see, because we can't really see how much this is going to change, because they just got constructed. So I think we'll go ahead and work on the meat and fruit next. Yeah, we'll do those first, more kind of luxury foods here. So help out our richer pops. And then after that, we'll see where the lead is at. And if we're good on our resources, if nothing's too expensive, we're going to go ahead and start working on universities again. So we can start researching a little bit quicker. We're trying to catch up, playing catch up here. So yeah, I guess we'll start with the meat and the livestock ranches. And as far as where we're going to build these, might just build them right here. Yeah, we got a lot of peasants there. So we'll get 2 more of those. And then with the fruit, the rice farms is what we're going to want to produce here. We do not have any buildings that just produce fruit. You know, we don't have like bananas or anything like that. So we'll have to get all the fruit from the rice farms. And that's also the case with sugar. We have no ability to just independently produce sugar. All that has to be done here in the rice farms. So it does make it kind of difficult to get the cost of those goods down without resulting in grain prices being incredibly low. So typically, because grain prices do become so low, which you do want, it's often better to keep the fruit and sugar a little bit higher so the rice farms can actually be profitable. We're going to produce this in our current capital. And I think we're going to get a lot of these. Yeah, we're going to go and get a couple over here as well. Maybe 1 right here. All right, so get a bunch of the rice farms. Bring the cost of those sugar and the fruit down. All right, so this lead mine hopefully should be enough, because I didn't see a lot of need. Yeah, there's not a lot of need for the lead just yet. So that mine should hopefully be enough. And yeah, if our costs are good, we'll go and start producing that university again. And you can see the meat prices and the fruit prices are going up. And we need glass as well. Okay. We got the tech we were researching. This will get us more minting, so that's helpful. We're back in the positive here. We'll probably let it build up just a little bit before we construct any more. Get any more construction sectors. I think we should start with society, or continue, I should say, with the society techs now that we're going into level 2. Because yeah, we have all the level 1s, or at least all the ones that we want. And so I think central archives for that taxation capacity should be the priority here. Now, we researched so slow, this is going to be 5 years to get this, and that's why we really do need to get those universities constructed. In fact, since nothing's bad here, let's prioritize. Because, you know, we're never going to get prices in a perfect situation, guys. Let's go ahead and get 3 of these. And we're going to take them up to the top, though we will let them finish up those ranches since those are almost done. 4 weeks. So let them finish that up. And then, yeah, just get the 3 more levels of university and hopefully you can afford it. And it shouldn't be too bad. And you can see that our money is going up right now. And we have more authority that we could use to enact taxes. Let me just see. Can we do the local police force? Not quite yet. You know, switch out of this. Yeah, it's definitely something we want to do. We have a higher chance now. We're at 9% chance for getting that done. Just taking a look at the current government, you can see the legitimacy has decreased because finally we've gotten the shogun's power down by a bit. And so that's the reason why we don't want to do the higher taxes. Siam is improving relations with us. Okay. So yeah, getting these universities done, we'll step up our research by a little bit. So I hope we can get through these techs faster. We'll take a look at how long it'll take to get our current one. Once we finish up with this university, give them a bit of time to get their employees, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, it looks like this should be enough money. Particularly helps with our revenues going up right now. Okay, so that should be enough time. Let's go and see where we're at. 4 years. So we sped it up by a little bit. Now we did finish up the colonization without a rebellion over here of the natives. All right, excellent. So that's fantastic news. So once we finish up this here, I mean, I guess we could start colonization down here. Why not? There's also this area here. But somebody's already colonizing that. Yeah, that's the Dutch East Indies. So I think we're just going to do Papua. I wasn't initially planning on doing that. Another way to do this is to go after Micronesia first, though I'm not entirely sure that there's any rubber over here. I don't recall if they have rubber here or not, but there are banana plantations, so there is that. Yeah, I suppose we could do that too. Or maybe we do them both at the same time, actually. Just try and get all of our colonization done. So Japan is expanding a little bit quicker than I intended to do. So we have issues colonizing both of these areas, so this one can't be done yet. We need to get a certain tech here. And over here, we don't have an interest in that. You know, that's not part of Indonesia. That's Oceania. So what we should probably do, since, again, I don't really want to colonize over here, I think we'll just go after the islands and instead change up where our interest is located. I think that's the best way to do this. So yeah, let's take it off of Indonesia and instead go in Oceania so that we can establish a colony there. Might need to let this play a second before we're able to do it, because we gotta get it actually established there. And then we'll attempt to colonize over there. If we can. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if this region requires that tech or not. I don't even know why I keep trying to do these guys. I really hope they do and improve that. I know I talked about that a bit in the previous series, but yeah, I'm really hoping that they improve that. So there's a lot of areas that we can colonize over here, so yeah, let's do a few of these. So we'll do both of those. I don't know if we want to go this far without first colonizing these. Yeah, I think we'll kind of slowly move down this way. Though this is just one, I think. Yeah, so we can go and do that one as well. So yeah, we'll get all these islands conquered. Of course, that will require that we build ports and stuff. Also, we're done over here, so let's go and take a look at the economy, see what we want to build next. So lead is still too expensive, so we're going to get another mine. Glass is also too expensive, so we're going to need to get that. Obviously, want to get the lead first. And meat is not quite where we want it at either. Okay. Now, I'm not too worried about the fruit now, since we're colonizing places where we'll have bananas. So yeah, that'll be helpful. So yeah, let's go and start with the lead mines. Continue building over here. Let's do, let me see how bad this is. It's not that bad. Okay. Yeah, it just looks like it is on the percentage, but yeah, they don't really have much of a need for it. So I think getting the 1 will be fine. And then the other thing we needed was the glass. And we're going to continue building over here on the island. And we'll get 2 levels of that there. All right, so we look like we might actually get this colonized. I don't want to speak too soon, of course. Yeah, we might be able to get it done without the rebellion. We were successful over here. And what's great about this is whenever gold is found, which, again, it's taken a long time to get the gold found this time. Now, my first playthrough, which this one is developed considerably different from that one. Oh, yes, that's right. We want to go ahead and try to do this again. Once again, guys, 9%, so a little bit better chance this time, but yeah, just haven't had any success here. So we'll try again for a third time. Maybe third time's the charm. Yeah, this campaign has been quite a bit different. You know, with the colonization over here, that's not something I did in my last Japan playthrough. That one, actually, I didn't do any colonization because I had trouble getting it passed because I had a bunch of pacifists. So a bunch of pacifist characters in the interest groups, and so they opposed me getting it passed. So I had a lot of difficulty with it. So we want to do... Let's take a look at our research real quick. So yeah, we're at 62. I think we're going to go ahead and get more universities, guys. Because yeah, I really want to step up this this technology. So yeah, I think that would be in our best interest, is to get the university built up a little bit larger here. So let's go up to... We'll go up to level 8, guys. Because remember, we are playing catch-up. But yeah, I never actually did the colonization at all in that Japan campaign. I eventually started conquering stuff, built up a navy and stuff. Defeated the Russians, took over this from them, forced them to recognize us. Became a great power immediately because I had so many, so much prestige at that point. So as soon as I was recognized, I became a great power. And then I started building up a fleet and then started conquering stuff. So yeah, it was a very different campaign, at least in the beginning, than what this one has been. Some more issues between cultures, despite the fact that we have, you know, a mostly Japanese population. They still can't get along. So yeah, we're going to ignore it. Yeah, we don't want to spend our authority on that. We're getting almost the full enactment time reduction, 24.2% here. And let's see how this goes, guys. It's going to be 9 more days, and we'll see. And it advanced. No, it didn't. It decreased. That's great. So we're back at 0%. We can just not get this passed. We had a lot of luck with those laws in the first episode, with the exception of the one time we failed this one, but no success with this. The Shogun's just too powerful, which I want to get the samurai out of the government. And so we can't really do that, you know, until after we get this law passed. Because, yeah, I think it's really important getting this passed in order to get rid of that 10% increase of the Shogun's political strength. Also, just going to the dedicated police force is more useful as well. I don't recall having this much issue the first time I played in Japan. We got to do it soon because our legitimacy is about to drop to the point that we'll be in the contested government. And so, yeah, we got to get the samurai out of the government. We're going to take a look and see if we want to colonize anywhere else. Because there's, again, a lot of options here. Well, the question is, do we want to go this far south? I suppose we can do this one. And this one here. No, I guess we'll do all this. But I do not want to colonize Australia. I think this is a bit too far. But do we want to do New Zealand and bring us into conflict with the British? Probably not. Yeah, I just don't think that's the best way to go, guys. Let's not cause any issues with the British. So yeah, we'll just colonize these regions here instead. Yeah, just get all this colonized. We're working on these universities now. And South Australia, because we're in their region, is now improving relations with us. All right, so let's go and take a look at our economy, see what adjustments we need to make now that we're getting those universities finished up. So dyes have gotten a little bit more expensive. Okay, and the lead still isn't quite where we want it. So let's go and get another lead mine constructing. That's all we really need with the difference here, the balance only being -22. The dyes, same thing, you really only need one to improve the situation there. So let's go and get another dye plantation, and we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do that down here. I think this is where we're gonna focus agriculture resources up here, industry here in the center, something like that. So we can make best use of our decrees. So we've got that started. And yeah, really it's just food at this point. So let's go ahead and go after another livestock ranch. And, you know, we could do that over here because this is an agricultural good as well. This is what we'll do. We'll do one more here. Just get them up 5. And then we'll start working on it over there. Since that's where we'll put the agricultural decree. Once we get through these laws, we'll make use of these 4 decrees. I'm just trying to get through all the damn laws. But yeah, we're having so many issues with this, and it's taking a long time. Can we get any good event here? Please. Just no good events. And yeah, very high chance of stalling out here. We'll let it go one more time. I mean, we already are sitting at 0% with, I mean, negative 25% from the 2 checkpoints. I mean, you're just not going to get anything from that. Really, it'd be in our best interest to cancel it again and try again. Because we're already at such a huge penalty. Yeah, it's unfortunate, guys. They're having so much difficulty. We are losing our power rank. So we could just build up some troops real quick to fix that, which we can't pay for. I don't think that'd be an issue. We do get more influence that we're not making use of. We're not really getting very involved diplomatically with anybody, so influence is going to be kind of useless for us for some time, so I don't really care about it. We did get a new heir. Okay, so did our former heir die? We've got... Okay, so this is a baby, so this is probably... Oh, okay, so we didn't get a notification when our ruler died, and then his heir, Ieyoshi, became the new ruler, or we probably did get a notification, but it was down here, where it's useless, because there's so much garbage down there that you just miss everything. So that's why I try and go down here and see what's going on, but yeah, it's unfortunate they haven't done anything about that. But anyway, so he's our current ruler, which, you know, he has, as we looked at in the first episode, better traits overall. He's a bandit, though. That still seems to be an issue in a game where everybody is a bandit. If everybody's a bandit, then is anybody really a bandit, or isn't that just the way you act? So now he has his son and heir. All right. So yeah, we have a young babe. So we have a bit of money. And so what I think we're going to do is go ahead and build up the army a little bit. Remember, we did destroy some units. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and build those up. Remember, barracks don't take very long. We destroyed those units up here because we just couldn't deploy them. And we actually increased the success chance by 10%, but kind of irrelevant. Again, this is why I was thinking about canceling it, because, you know, we were already negative 25%. So yeah, I think it would just be in our best interest to just cancel it, guys. And then restart. Just wait another year. It's just kind of a bummer. Isn't going down that way. Because, yeah, we have a higher chance that it's going to be a negative one, the next event, just because of the current situation. So let's go to build a few barracks up. And we're going to put these, let me see here, probably get like 25 in these 2 locations, each of them. I think that'd be good. That's up to 110 units total. So yeah, we'll build those up. Also, those troops would be more likely to support the samurai, which we do want to strengthen them up. So yeah, basically, as soon as we finish all these colonizations that we're currently doing, once those are done, which we might have some isolated regions that we need to fix with ports, which is unfortunate because this is going to require quite a few ports, guys, for us to get this done. This would probably be quickest to go through here. So yeah, we're going to need quite a few ports, which again, ports are kind of useless to us because we don't need convoys for anything. So we'll just do it through here, guys. Make sure that our people are connected to the markets, and obviously we won't be able to build there, you know, either, unless we get these guys connected. So for fruit, we have all these locations now. We have banana, we have coffee as well. So that can compete with tea for our luxury drink. Yeah, this will be helpful, I think, having access to all these other resources that we don't have in our homeland. And I probably missed 1 or 2, but yeah, we'll get that figured out eventually. right, so we'll do the barracks first, since those are quicker. And we did finish up that colonization. Excellent. So yeah, once we're done with all that, as I was saying, we'll go ahead and try and get rid of the that law if we can. Sometimes it can be difficult. You know, everybody will be opposed to you enacting it, and then they'll be opposed to you getting rid of it as well. All right, so we've gotten quite a bit of colonization done. All those are, you know, one island, a couple islands. It's not much. So yeah, they typically can colonize that area fairly quickly. And I've never done that again as Japan. Done that as European countries colonized all this before. But yeah, you see the British are now right up on us here in the Coral Sea. So hopefully we don't have any battles over the Coral Sea anytime soon. So we got the colonization from another place finished up, and now we're working on those ports. Also, we just got the line infantry. All right, so that'll be helpful if we ever go to war. Also, it'd be helpful to enact those simply to get the extra power projection. But of course, as a unrecognized country, power projection is really not that important. So yeah, we're all up in this area here. We could change up our interest as well. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have a notification about that. Yeah, here, we do. I just missed it. Because as once we started colonizing there, we don't need to have the interest there anymore. I guess we'll do it in Indonesia again. Just keep it there. So as far as what the goals of the campaign are, I had one person ask me about that, like what our intended goals are. And I did explain those down in the description of these videos. So if you're curious, you can go take a look at it. But basically, we just want to industrialize while keeping certain aspects of our conservative government. You know, we want to keep the monarchy, for instance. We want to keep all this authority, which we did just lose a big old chunk of authority. We just got the Bessemer process. So we'll eventually need to get steel mills, but not yet. As far as other things that we need to construct, let me just see here. Not really anything just yet. Maybe a food industry to make use of the sugar. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at our cheap goods. We've been looking at what's expensive, but we haven't been looking at what's cheap. Yeah, the sugar's very cheap. I said I was going to make use of that, and we never did. So we should probably do that. So this is what we're going to do. Let's put it... I think we're going to put it right here. So it's like in between our two major city areas here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to go ahead and construct the food industries here. And then go ahead and step that up by 2 levels. And so they'll start on that as soon as we're done with the ports here. Still just barely in the positive. That's what we want to see. We're making use of most of our money, while still, you know, not going to go into the negative or anything like that. But yeah, the goal is to get rid of the Shogun, of course. You know, this is the early game goals here. Although, you know, we're going really, really fast here. That's one of the things when you play as a smaller, weaker country and you just don't have as much going on. In the United States, we made a lot less progress per episode. Now, part of that's because it was a beginner guide series than what we're doing right now. We're making very good progress here as far as time-wise. So overall, the series is going to be much shorter video-wise than the USA series was. So we're still in the early game, but we've been playing for a while now. We're in 1847, so that's 11 years already. And still plenty of time left in this episode, too. So yeah, no gold fields in any of our locations just yet. I was in Tasmania there. So yeah, they now have some gold over here. And we are now working on those food industries. Yeah, we're going to try and get the Shogun out of power here in the early game, if you want to call this the early game still. And once we get him out of power, then we can start working on those journal entries. So we finally got the Central Archives. It took us forever. I probably should have built more universities. We'll take a look, see where we're at here. Yeah, we got it done. And that's going to give us that taxation capacity and earn us a lot of money. Kind of get us some of those unrealized taxes that we weren't getting before. So it's helpful. So we're at 67, so definitely could build up the universities a bit more. So we're going to want to do that. Could go after the central banking. We don't have access to railroad yet, so either need to start working on going after that or get the modern sewage. It's 3 years right now for us to get stuff researched, so definitely not quick. There's more taxation capacity that we'll want to get as soon as we start researching those level 3s, because I think we'll still be in a situation where our laws, where we're having problems with the taxation. So if we want to get railways, you got to get both of these. But these would be helpful. Also, we're already researching this, so we can get it much quicker. So we can get that benefit quicker. Frankly, it seems we can research. Yeah, we can do the production tax much quicker. So let's do the mechanical tools here. What I'm guessing is that we're getting the bonus. Let's just take a look at our bonuses real quick. So we're getting authority. Yeah, I think we're getting the bonuses for that tech, but not the social ones, for the production ones. We're getting the influence here with the family ties. Military technology cost is reduced as well. There's the production cost reduction, and then this one's pretty useless, but we're getting that as well. So yeah, that's what we should be doing. We should be researching the production text now. So yeah, we'll go and start working on that. And what we might want to go ahead and do is just see what all we're unlocking here, so we can go and start planning for that. So what we're going to need. So in this case, getting more tools might be helpful. We'll also have steel tools available, so we might want to start working on the steel. Though, of course, you don't want to get that too early. So that's something to consider as well, because then the steel's useless, because we don't have any uses for it just yet. So basically, it's all about tools and then using those tools for producing better stuff. So we can get more luxury furniture. That'd be really helpful. All right. So, yeah, we'll want to get the steel. I don't know, maybe after this. I'm just really surprised we have not gotten those gold fields, guys. This is just taking a really long time for the discoverable resources. So I think the priority should be spending this money, and therefore we're going to want to get more construction going. So let's go ahead and do that. And as far as where we want to build this, let's go ahead and build one over here and one over here. And we probably should have ticked these all up to the top. So yeah, we'll get those two more, and then we'll see where we're at on the cost. So let's go ahead and tick these up here and get them done so we can make use of those for the food industries. And then after that, I guess we'll start working on, yeah, I'm hesitant to do the steel mines, or excuse me, to start working on the steel production. I'm just worried about getting it too soon. Yeah, I don't think we should work on it too soon. Alright, so we could probably build, I don't know, as we get this stepped up. Yeah, this is probably what we should stay at, guys. I think that's plenty enough there, guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and, I guess we'll start working on universities first. Get them up to a level 10 university. And maybe build one in our current capital as well. And maybe just the 4, we'll take a look at where it's at. You know what, let's really invest in this. We need to get this research a little bit faster, guys. So yeah, we'll go up by 7 for the universities total. And so we'll get those done, and then after that, then we'll start working on the steel. And we'll have to see if that's going to be good timing. I feel like we'll get the tech first in this case. I guess we'll do the steel mills here as well. They do have a high population here. So yeah, we'll want to do 2 of those. Alright, so we got them. The construction sector is busy. They should stay busy for a little while here. And yeah, that looks like exactly what we should go at, just the 2 there. Yeah, and then hopefully we'll pick up the losses here as our economy expands and we get more, more taxes. Alright, so we could abolish serfdom if we wanted to. Now, we already know we're going to go ahead and work on this again. Dedicate police force one more time, guys. Let's try it again. It's not going well. But yeah, we could, if we wanted to, make use of that, though it's not actually an option here just yet, probably because we just started another law. But a 16% chance we'd have a lot more success. The problem here is that the samurai and the shogun would oppose it, put them both in the negative here. Yeah, there's a lot of people supporting it as well. And so if we did that, then that would greatly reduce the shogun's power. So very helpful. I almost want to go ahead and work on that instead of the laws. Excuse me, instead of the local police force. If we fail at this time, I mean, I really feel like we got to make use of this, though, while we have it. Because otherwise, yeah, you know what? I should just go and cancel, guys. Because you've seen that they've been popping up and then disappearing. And we don't know if they're going to stick around. So it would be wise to go ahead and do that now. And that would greatly reduce the shogun's power and then make it easier to change up that other law. Of course, we piss off both the samurai and the shogun. So that could result in some issues, perhaps even a revolution. They're not that irritated, but yeah, they're a little bit irritated with us. So yeah, we see if we can't get this done. 16.6% success chance because we have a bit of support here. And looks like we got a diplomatic play over here. It's the Dutch dealing with a revolt. So we're just going to be declaring our neutrality in that. We don't care. We don't care about the affairs of others. So are we completely done with colonization? Yeah, I think we're completely done with colonization. So that's another thing we could do and save us a bit on the bureaucracy, is to get rid of the colonial affairs. Though I don't think I saw that as an option here. So maybe we didn't have any support for that. We didn't have, yeah, I don't know who would be supporting it. Like which interest group would support it so that we could get it done. We do have some states in turmoil. Of course, that's from the colonization process. Also, those ports, while they're providing us connections, probably not very well staffed, because there's just not a very high population in any of those areas that we colonized. Purchasing emancipation. The shogunate refuses to give up their serfs without adequate compensation. Their significant political influence makes this a difficult demand to refuse. So we can say the state will make up the costs. So this will increase enactment success chance by 10%, but will cost us a lot of bureaucracy and thus a lot of taxes. We'll go far in the negative with this. Serfs must purchase their own emancipation. This would increase the enactment success chance, but decrease the standard of living for the lower strata. We'll also creating a lot more radicals from any standard of living decreases, which you're literally doing that in this event. So I assume that's going to result in radicals, quite a few of them. Or you say you cannot own a human being, and that would actually decrease the success chance while increasing the enactment time. So not great. All these are pretty bad, but this is only in place while we're passing the law. So as long as we get it passed quickly, then it wouldn't be that big of an issue. I mean, it's still going to cost us a lot, but yeah, we can eat that. It's a 14.7% tax waste right now. And so the unrealized taxes has jumped up quite a bit, so now we're going down by 14,000. But I feel like getting this done faster is worth it. I wish we had more authority so we could do it even quicker. Try to think of something we could remove. We could always stop encouraging manufacturing temporarily just to get the law passed quicker. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. We're just going to keep it in place. I'll forget to put it back in. I'm just surprised our authority dropped. I'm not sure exactly what dropped it. So we did get the mechanical tools, and we did start constructing the steel mills, but not even close to getting those done yet. Now, I don't think we have to wait necessarily for that to be done, because we could just wait to get the steel tools and instead build a tooling workshop. So I could do that. We need sulfur in order to do this one here. And then the slaughterhouses, I mean, yeah, you just need the tools for that. Let's take a look at our current cost for tools and see what we want to do here. And you can see the sugar is now being utilized a little bit, but still overall we're producing a lot of it. So we might want to produce more. Well, this is just from pop consumption. Okay, that's interesting. Let me take a look. We never actually looked at the food industries. Yeah, we do need to switch them over to sweeteners. So I hadn't done that yet. All right, so that's the reason why we're not making use of the sugar. So let's go and switch them over. That'll produce more groceries. We don't have canneries just yet. And of course, if we wanted to, we could also get more liquor here and reduce the cost of liquor. I think we might go ahead and do that. I know it's going to result in them losing some of that money we just helped them earn, but yeah, I think that's the better option for us in the long run. All right, so let me just take a look at current cost here. Iron is kind of expensive, so we need to deal with that. And it's only going to get more expensive once we build these steel mills. So we're probably going to want to put the iron up at the top and do that before we do the steel mills. Yeah, that would be wise. All right, so this is what we'll do. Let's get that started first before I forget. So we're just going to build up 2 of these up at the top, and then we'll work on the steel mills. And then with the tools, can we make use of those? Let me just see if we can find those. They're at 12%, so I feel like we probably could change it up somewhere. Meat is still pretty, yeah, that's still pretty low, so we don't really need to do that now. But the furniture is high, so we could go ahead and change over to the precision tools. And that would actually help with wood costs, though wood's not exactly expensive right now because we did build up a bunch for that. But it would require more hardwood, so let's just see where we're at on that. So yeah, wood is a lot more expensive than hardwood, so that would be beneficial. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch up to precision tools in our furniture manufactories. And you can see the substitution would be profitable. So go ahead and do that. And that's probably it for now. Yeah, we'll have to do slaughterhouses later, and the steel tools we'll do once we have steel. All right, so we need to go ahead and pick a tech. So I want to get railways, so we need to get the atmospheric engines. And as far as what we're getting here, we'll get the motor industries, obviously, so we can produce engines. And then we'll get the engine pumps here. And that'll result in us using more tools and coal, so we need to get some coal mines done to produce more goodies in all of our mines. All right, so that'll work out nicely. And then we'll go for the railways. So we don't get in a situation where, because the ports, I suppose they were changed because they don't produce. See if I can find a location that has ports. I guess we know we have one up here. Though that might not be a good example if they don't have full employment, which they actually do have full employment. But you notice they don't produce infrastructure anymore. Now it's still here, as if it produces infrastructure, and it's not just because it's that colony either. If you looked over here, it'd be the same deal, or wherever we got a port. Let me just see if I can find one somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, you're not producing infrastructure anymore. So ports used to produce infrastructure, and they don't. And so now the only way to increase infrastructure, seemingly, in this version of the game, this patch, is with the railways. And so we don't want a situation where, we can't, get our market access up to full because we don't have any way to do that. All right, so let me just see where the tools are at. And hardwood's gotten more expensive, so we'll probably want to switch up another location. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And groceries are expensive as well, just everybody prefers them. Also, when we switched up to produce the alcohol, we weren't producing as much groceries. Let's just go and switch this location up to also do the hardwood production. That should help bring the cost down a little bit. Yeah, down to 4% now. Not bad. All right, excellent. So working on that iron to get the iron cost down, and we'll finish up that university. We are losing a lot of money right now, unfortunately. But remember, a big part of that is because of this here law and the lower bureaucracy. So we got another event. I think this is for the law. Yeah, and it's unfortunately a negative one. So this would increase the enactment time by 20% while also decreasing the enactment success chance. While this one we can cut through at least some of the red tape, and it would only be like half the enactment time with no problem from the success chance. But you're going to create some radicals. That's not that big of an issue, but it's also going to cost more bureaucracy. And that's for 5 years, not the time of the law. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do this option, I feel. Yeah, it's just too negative. So we'll do that one, and then we're going to have to build, which we haven't done it yet, I don't think. I haven't really built any of these yet. We're going to have to get some administrations, government administration buildings. Just the nature of it. So we'll build one over here and two over here. And you know what? Let's put these above the steel mills. Yeah, we'll put these above the steel mills, but below the other stuff we're working on, since we're almost done with those. So we'll just get a few of these, kind of step up the bureaucracy a little bit. Just kind of get rid of some of that tax waste. Obviously, that's not going to be enough. So credit where credit's due. With these ones, we're going to want to give the pomp attraction to the industrialists. We're trying to get them more support in our government. How is our government doing, by the way? We're at 78 now for legitimacy. So I'm just trying to get this law passed here. And hopefully we can get it done, because that will drastically reduce the power of the shogun. And I don't think this will be enough here for the government administration buildings. But again, I don't know. I feel like this would be beneficial, but I'm not entirely sure that it is, because not only are you getting the bureaucracy and thus reducing the tax waste, but you're also then, you know, on top of that, increasing the taxation capacity. But yeah, look at how bad this is, guys. That's the reason why it's just you can't even fix it. You have to build a ton of them, and they're just too expensive. So yeah, I don't actually know if this will be profitable or not. It looks like it is. And it decreased enactment suggestions by 15%. Good God, guys. We've been having some really bad luck with the laws in this episode, unfortunately. Almost nothing's been going all that successfully. It's a real shame. But yeah, it looks like that is beneficial. So we're going to want to get more then. I wanted to, before I built a bunch of them, I did want to make sure that it wasn't actually going to improve our income. So let's go ahead and build. We're going to build it up over here. And I guess we'll continue here as well. So we'll do 2 here, and then we'll get a bunch more there. And that should help out. And let's go ahead and tick down. You know, we'll keep the steel mills going. Let's get those finished. We've been working on them for a long time. So yeah, we'll get those completed. Well, look at this. We actually have some support and radicalism for enacting the police force. I hope that's still around. I mean, we don't want it around because it's producing a bunch of radicals, I'm sure. But I do hope it's still around so that we can, if we can ever get this passed, we can use that support to maybe get the dedicated police force passed easier. So we get the stock exchange, useless to us since we don't trade. But yeah, we'll see, guys, if we can get any laws passed. I just want to get one law passed this episode. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen with the 11.3% chance here. And just such bad luck. Remember, we started with 16% chance. So yeah, we're actually down below where we started. There's no luck at all for these. We did get 1 steel mill done. Let's go ahead and we'll wait 1 more week here and go ahead and make use of that since they're not making any money. And go ahead and change up our tooling workshops to make use of that steel. Now, this is going to result in steel being incredibly expensive for some time. That's okay. Iron will get cheaper, though. So yeah, steel is going to be super expensive. Looks like paper's more expensive, too, so we might want to get sulfur. Good God, are you serious? So we got to cancel it, guys. Yeah, this is unfortunate. We were having such bad luck, but I guess we can keep rotating between the 2 of these. This is now a 29% chance, so you would think, right? We'd better get it done. How far are we on the Shogun's power being reduced? 49.3%. So it is being reduced, but yeah, just has not been going well, guys. The samurai will be happy with us again. Now that we're doing this and not working on abolishing serfdom. But yeah, just not having a whole lot of luck with the laws, my friends. So yeah, steel's very expensive. We should probably make use of those tools. Well, the tooling prices are actually pretty high right now. I suppose this will adjust eventually here. Yeah, it looks like it's adjusting. Okay, so yeah, we're going to make use of those tools because we had something else we could get. Well, I should probably take a look and see if we even want to do this. What the meat costs are. I didn't actually see that. It's at 12%. So yeah, you could justify switching them up, I suppose. And going over to the slaughterhouse, it'd be profitable to them. Or at least our inaccurate prediction thing says it will be. Alright, so now we're working on the government administration buildings. So if we want to switch over to get more paper, because paper costs are going up, and that's a government expense, so we do want that lower, then we're going to need to get the sulfur. But should that be our priority? Probably not, considering the fact that we need coal in those steel mills. Yeah, That would be good. We got the coal. So let's go ahead and prioritize this. So this here is our coal state. This is where we're going to be producing all of our coal. And what we'll do is we'll let that government administration building finish up. Yeah, we're going to want, I don't know, probably a bunch of these. Like 5 or something like that. I know there's not a high demand for it yet, but there will be eventually. And then, yeah, paper costs, we can bring that down easy enough if we just get some sulfur. So that's what we'll work on next. Also, we can get more services once we get the coal costs brought down. So we'll be working on the coal first, and then let's do the sulfur. Yeah, we're already in here. It's sulfur mines. So as far as where we're going to do the sulfur mines, maybe right here. Yeah, let's do it right here. And we'll just get, how much do they use? Let me just take a look. When he switches up, how much sulfur does it use total? Quite a bit. Okay, so quite a bit, guys. So we're probably going to want several of these then. Let's do 4 for now. All right, so this should keep them busy for a little while. We just need to make these adjustments here and put these down at the bottom here, because we actually are in a good position here on the actual bureaucracy. Probably because we canceled that law. That's right. So we didn't really need to construct those anyways, but you know, we'll need them eventually. All right, so the law there gives us more conscriptable battalions. Now they're getting the Napoleonic warfare. Just kind of relying on the tech spread for getting our techs right now. So we're at 82. Our max is 88, so we could step it up a little bit higher, get more universities. So let's go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. Just get a few more universities here, guys, and we'll go up to like, yeah, we'll get 3 more. And another damn negative event, guys. Jesus Christ, we just cannot. The events we're getting are so negative. We can't get anything done. This is very unfortunate. Yeah, it's only 5% difference there. Might as well do that one. Yeah, so we started at 29%, and now we're back down low. And it's just unfortunate. The support over here is dropping as well. So just not going well in that regard. All right, so these ones will require the coal that we're working on now. And then the tools as well. And then we'll need to get the motor industries too. They're not needed for this though. So I'm hesitant to do motor industries until we actually have the tech for railroads, so that we can get them around the same time. We almost have our first of the coal mines done, so that'll be helpful. Since I'm sure coal is incredibly expensive. Yeah, we have like, yeah, barely any orders here. Sell orders, I mean. Yeah, so they're like running out of gold, and we still have not gotten our gold here. I'm really surprised, guys, with how long it has taken for us to discover the gold there. Because yeah, I recall that I got it much earlier when I played Japan before. Steel is now at a reasonable price. It's actually going down at this point. Now that they have the coal. That was what was causing them issues. We're getting all these coal mines done. Still not enough to really do anything with that coal yet. Yeah, not quite. Paper's still expensive, but once we get the sulfur, that won't be a problem anymore. And finally, some good luck here. Got the percentage up by 10%, but still down at 22, which is lower than what we started with. There are journal entries here. Is there anything that we want to take a look at? Oh yeah, we'll want to use that paper, and then we can. Yeah, that'd be really helpful. So, do we want to go and switch over that now? We should probably wait until we get the sulfur. Yeah, let's wait till we get the sulfur, and then we'll switch that up to get more paper. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And then from there, we can switch up the government administration buildings. Let's kind of do them all around the same time. And groceries is still a problem, too. Kind of expensive. Everybody wants those groceries. So yeah, we'll get these sulfur mines first. How are we doing on the coal? Can we start utilizing that yet? I assume it's pretty cheap. Yeah, it's pretty cheap right now, as you guys see. So we can make use of it. We're probably not going to want to put it everywhere due to the fact that we don't have much of a surplus right now. So what do we need the most for our mines? Maybe coal, so that we could, yeah, probably coal first. That way you can use the coal to do these other ones. So is it lead, sulfur, or iron that we want the most? Let me just take a look here at what these costs are. Obviously sulfur won't be in here. So we're looking at iron. So iron could definitely use it. I might just switch these all over at the same time, guys, honestly. Yeah, let's just do it all at the same time, and we'll deal with the consequences. Yeah, so we'll switch them all over. Let's see if there's anything else we want to switch over here in the rural. No. All right, so let's go ahead and go to urban. And yeah, we're just going to be switching all of this up. So paper mills, switch those up. The steel mills. I think steel's still too cheap to really justify switching that yet. So we won't. If coal gets cheap enough, then we'll do that to bring down the cost of services. But the key here is getting the standardized filing system. And that'll get us a lot of money for the taxation capacity and then more bureaucracy as well. So that's helpful. And we'll also get this here completed, the Central Archives. Though it has to be level 10 and at the 90%. Do we have any level 10? I feel like we do. No, we only got up to level 9 here. So we need to step that up then. And in fact, so we can get that done, let's move this up to the top. I'm just kind of tick them down. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we can build all three of those at the same time. All right, excellent. So let's just take a look, all those adjustments we made, take a look at what, how we're doing on costs and stuff. So we're now producing the sulfur. And so that'll eventually get cheaper here. Paper's pretty expensive. And despite all those adjustments we made, and we're getting a lot more of those unrealized taxes, we're actually in the negative here. We had a mining accident. So just who do we want to increase interest group political strength with? Probably the industrialists. Get some approval with them as well. Though they do really like us, quite loyal to us. Alright, so we're working on the sulfur mines. We got all these already set up here. So that's not a problem. And we should be able to get that soon once we have that government administration building done. Paper is still a problem though. So might want to build that up. It is reducing right now though. Tools are still an issue too. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can work on. Just gonna let all these adjust though. Just work on what we have here for right now. And then we'll go back in there and take a look at the situation. So can we get any bonuses here, please? Or are all these gonna be negative? Yeah, these are all negative. Fantastic. So we're gonna have to do this. But man, I just don't think we're gonna get any laws passed. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to end the episode here. We'll do this event. And I think we're gonna do the, well, it would be nice to have the bureaucracy. We don't really need it. I think we're actually going to get the research because remember, we're trying to catch up here. You notice in the USA series, I almost never went with the research. I always went with the bonuses. And this one, we're in a very different situation because obviously we are behind on the tech tree. So yeah, we want to make sure we're getting as much there as possible. We're still at 82. Have we not gotten those universities yet? Yeah, we haven't gotten those universities. Those are in the queue. So we'll be getting those soon. And all these government administration buildings, I think, are actually costing us. I think that's the reason why we're going down. So we might want, we're still working on laws. I was going to say, we might want to pass another tax. But yeah, we're still trying to get these damn laws done. I did not expect it to take this long, guys, for us to get it done. I thought by now we would have switched this all out. Got the samurai out, got the higher legitimacy and all the bonuses we get from that. But yeah, we're still working on the same damn laws. It's just a shame. Whole episode of working on that law and not getting it done. But we did do all this colonization, so that's been completed. And so looking stronger in that regard, stretching all across the Pacific here. Our total GDP is at 26.8 million if you just want to compare that to the world here. So we're above Italy, the Ottoman Empire, and Spain, and below the United States and Prussia here. As far as our total population, 33 million. That should put us up here closer to the top. Yeah, so doing pretty good in that regard. The standard of living, very low. Yeah, very low, though it is better than Russia by a little bit. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.